So today we're going to discover one of the hidden gems of the Methven area.
Today we're heading to Washpen Falls, which is a walkway that's been recommended to us by so many people at the hostel we're staying at, so we just have to go check this out. It's really easy to miss though. It's just off State Highway 77, hidden behind some pine trees and down a 2-kilometre gravel road. Once we arrive at the woolshed though, we are paying our track fee because this track is on private land, unlike the usual Department of Conservation walks, and the track fee goes towards maintenance of the track as well as the conservation work here. The track starts off going up the Methven hills through some exotic pine forest. Where we started the track, there was a little leaflet showing the 23 points of interest to see around this 2-hour loop walk. And one of the points of interest that we're seeing is this absolutely huge volcanic boulder. This volcanic lava boulder was blown here about 89 million years ago when the hills were formed by a volcanic eruption. The boulder was buried but then exposed again by glaciers during the last ice age. And there's evidence of this volcanic past all over these hills with rocky bluffs and volcanic outcrops. There's really so much to see.
The track then exits the exotic pine forest and arrives in a massive canyon. This canyon has bluffs exposed on every side, and they are super rugged and super rich in history because they are part of an ancient volcano in the area. But one of the best things about hiking in a volcanic area is that the soil around volcanoes is super rich, making it a paradise for any local fauna and flora to thrive here. So there is heaps of type of plants, from mini ferns to super tall trees. It's awesome. And of course, in volcanic area we can find some lava caves that were formed from the quick cooling of the lava during the last eruption. And this presents an amazing shelter for both us and the local wildlife. Throughout this trip, Laura and I have become really good at spotting wildlife just because we take our time and we really listen to the bird calls all around. We have spotted a little tomtit which is nested just right on the cliff of the cave, so we are taking position to find the best angle to watch them behave because it has been breeding season and we may be able to spot some babies. The tomtit, or miro miro in Maori, is a little native bird here in New Zealand. It's actually really small, it only reaches up to 13 centimeters, and every season it can breed up to 3 babies, and we are in luck because this one has 3 of them in its very nest.
The tomtit is described as a lovebird in the Maori culture, and that's because they not only mate for life but they're always seen together, and we're definitely getting an awesome insight into that life right now. This is such a unique moment in our trip, and we're just going to share with you a little bit longer of what life in the New Zealand forest is like. While we're sat here, there's different birds coming and going, there's all sorts of bird calls in the forest, and we're just watching these beautiful tomtits nesting. Moving on, we make our final ascent up this canyon, and on the way we see a little waterfall, but this is not the Washpen Falls. This is a waterfall called the Armchair Waterfall, which is very nice. And then we make our way up to this amazing viewpoint where Robin can't help himself.
Am I almighty? Yes!
The echoes from up here are amazing, as are the views. We can see all the way across the Canterbury Plains, which is the flattest part of New Zealand. And we can even see across those plains out to the ocean.
Reaching the top point of our hike is also marking the halfway point of our hike. And because this is a loop track, we are going to be going down the canyon on the other side of the cliff, promising a very different hike on the way down. But before tackling the way down, Laura and I are going to take the time to embrace the view and get a well-deserved rest as we finally made it all the way on top of this canyon. The views from up there are unparalleled and we love every second of it. And now that we are well rested, it's time for a really steep way down. I cannot emphasize enough how steep is the way down. We are almost going straight down the cliff. It starts by going through a bit of a field and then straight away right into the native bush on the cliff between a little bit of stairs and a lot of really steep walking tracks. But what the track lacks in ease, it definitely makes up in beautiful views and again, awesome echoes.
We finally reached Washpen Falls. This is the waterfall that the track is named after, and we can definitely see why. It is a super amazing highlight of this walk, and we have different viewpoints of it from the side as well as right at the base of the waterfall. It's a picturesque long drop waterfall with the water being crystal clear, so it's super inviting, and it doesn't take me long for me to take off my shoes and go for a little bit of a paddle in the pool. The water is icy cold, so I'm quickly putting back on my shoes and getting on with the rest of the track. In between all the lava caves, the native plants, the birds, the waterfalls, we realise that we've actually missed few of the points on our 23 point of interest map. We have missed that there's actually a Maori campsite remains with an oven where they used to cook moa bones, so keep an eye for that one as well, because we missed that. But that just goes to show how much there is to see at Washpen Falls.
The next point of interest where Laura and I are going to be lingering is a lovely little pond. This is right out of a fairy tale. There is a little rowboat right here and basically we can just help ourselves. So Laura is feeling like a real princess while I, the Prince Charming, is rowing her around the pond. She's seriously giggling all the way. She looks so giddy and happy right now. It's ridiculous how something as simple as that is making her so happy. But to be quite honest, it doesn't take us really long to do all around the little pond, so as soon as we're exiting, we are making our way back onto the track. It's a very short walk back to the camper van, and we are now making our way back to our hostel for tonight.
I get into the rowing boat with Robin. Robin is rowing and it feels like so romantic. It's amazing. I feel super giddy. It's like a movie. So yeah, now I have my boyfriend rowing the boat for me, and I feel like a freaking princess, like sat on the end of the boat, like, come on, darling, get us around the pond. I don't know. But I feel really like some sort of princess right now, and I probably look like one, let's be honest.